All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Main Event Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Michael Jernigan, joined by my tag team partner, as always, from last year to this new year, Mr. Patterson. What's happening?
What's going on, Jern? It is 2020, baby. I just celebrated my 9th birthday the other day.
Your what ninth?
29th.
29th?
39th.
Uh-huh. 49.
Maybe 49. So, man, I'm glad to be in 2020. It's a great year for wrestling fans across the globe.
Well, we hope so.
Oh, it's going to be.
I think 2018 was maybe the worst year in wrestling in a long time. 2019 was good. There was a lot of bad. We talked about some of the bad.
There was a lot of bad.
A couple weeks ago. In 2020, we're hoping for good stuff.
Yeah. I'll tell you, 2020 kicked off with Raw this week.
Yep.
Raw had me sucked in the entire 2 hours and 45 minutes.
With?
The whole show was good.
Okay.
I thought the whole show was good for Raw. They had me hooked up trying to figure out who Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens' partner was.
Yeah.
And then they revealed it at 2:45, and I went to bed. Didn't even watch the match.
Wasn't impressed with the Big Show.
No, look, if you're going to build it up with Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe going against the AOP and Seth Rollins,
Yeah.
I think me and you talk. You got to bring in Keith Lee. I would have even been cool if they'd have said Aleister Black.
Yeah.
Right? Let's throw him up in a little bit more of a mainstream or main event program part of the show. But the Big Show.
Yeah, man. He hadn't been on TV in a year, I think.
Oh, good. There's a reason.
So he needs some TV time.
No, he don't.
He's a legend.
No, well, that's great.
He won the World Championship on his very first match.
I don't care.
And he also got thrown off a building.
Yeah.
That same night.
In a monster truck.
Unbelievable.
It's ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
But other than that, man, great show.
By the way, we need to watch Halloween Havoc 95, that show. We need to watch it together sometime and record during the show.
Oh, Lord.
Because that was when the Dungeon of Doom was doing their
Yes.
stuff. And, man, it was
Look,
something.
I try to keep a cuss-free episode, so I can't do that.
That would be something. Here's what we got today. We're going to talk a little wrestling, a little 2020 wrestling.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the show, we've got 10 predictions.
Yeah.
Take it to the bank predictions.
Oh, absolutely.
Of what will happen in 2020 in the world of professional.
Mine are going to happen.
I may have more than 5. I've got a couple extra.
Man, I got some, but to me, they're too easy. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, before we get there.
No.
This is one that I got rid of, right?
All right.
And I hope you don't have it. But I had like a Roman Reigns heel turn.
No, I didn't have that one.
See, but I think that's too predictable, right?
That ain't going to happen.
So it is too.
That ain't happening.
It's gonna happen.
That ain't
I mean, it's just too predictable. So I had to get rid of. I got some that I think. I got one that I think is gonna be huge, and it's gonna come true. Huge.
I could probably guess 2 of yours right now.
One of them is in there. I guarantee you. 2 of them, but you don't know my third
Does
one.
it have to do with Ric Flair?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I know what that one
Yes,
is.
sir. We all know.
Yeah.
Woo!
I know what that one is.
He's at my 50th birthday coming in January 2021.
You better have a couple $1,000.
Hey, I got
set
it.
aside. Well, we tried that one time.
I'm gonna take up. My daughter does that. What is it? GoFundMe page
Yep.
for. I'm gonna do one to get Ric Flair at my birthday.
Well, hey, listen, sign him up. We'll have him on the show.
Absolutely. We can if my daughter can get a couple $1,000s to get a car fixed on a GoFundMe page, surely I can get a couple to get Ric Flair at my birthday party.
You never know. I think you're going to need more than a couple, but you never know. All right, let's go back to some wrestling that happened this week. You mentioned Monday night. We had the big shows, the big reveal.
Yeah. Yeah. But Brock Lesnar, number 1, Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Hey, what do you see happening with that? Is that one of your predictions?
No,
okay.
I got.
What do you see happening with Brock Lesnar being the number 1 entrant into this year's Royal Rumble?
This is what I want to see.
Uh-huh.
I want to see Brock number 1. I want to see Matt Riddle number 2.
Oh gosh, that'd be good.
I want to see that happen.
Or
right?
it'd be better if Goldberg was 1.
Yeah, and Matt Riddle was 2.
Yes.
I do want to see that. I don't think Brock's gonna make it to 30, but if he does, 30's gonna be CM Punk.
Yeah, you think so?
And then who knows? Or my here's what I hope doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But I can see WWE screwing the pooch. Tyson Fury is number 30, setting up Brock versus Tyson Fury at WrestleMania.
It could. I think Cain Velasquez may have a role in there as well. I hope not, but I think it's possible.
Will Edge come back for the Royal Rumble?
I think there's a possibility for that. I love the Royal Rumble, by the way. It's my favorite pay-per-view of the year.
It's great.
I've loved them all. The 1992 Royal Rumble is the best ever. It's amazing. So Brock is the number one contestant in this year's WWE Royal Rumble. So we'll see what happens, see who wins. The winner, I believe they haven't said this yet, I don't think, but as last year, the winner gets to pick which championship they want to go after.
Right.
So if Brock wins, what's he going to do? Is he going to?
I don't know.
Is he going to get a world championship match and have both belts?
And see, I also read usually it's 30 men, right?
Yeah.
I've read this year it's going to be more because the NXT roster is going to be involved.
See, I've heard it's going to be 10, 10, and 10.
Yeah.
10
okay, is that what it is?
10 Raw, 10 SmackDown, 10 NXT. And if you do that, that kind of limits your 10, right? Because you're going to have other people in other matches, like The Fiend or Bray Wyatt's going to be in a match. So he's not going to be in the Rumble. He's a champion. Well, P.S. Brock's a champion. But whoever challenges him, if it's Daniel Bryan, whoever, you wouldn't think they would be in the Rumble.
Right.
You'd have an Intercontinental match, Shinsuke and whoever, a U.S. title match, Andrade and whoever. So you don't know. That's going to limit kind of your number. So we got to wait and see who we have for our 30 men and 30 women, by the way. Don't forget the women. And then we'll make a prediction. Yeah. Hopefully we'll have a good number of people.
You mentioned Andrade. Here's a prediction that's not in mine. His title reign will last longer than his marriage to Charlotte. So I'll go with that prediction also.
Well, he's not married yet.
Well, if it happens.
All right.
So
we'll see what happens. All right, let's go. Friday night. Last Friday night we had SmackDown. SmackDown has not been much to talk about, as you can tell by the fact we have not talked about it here on this show. But we did have 3 big returns to SmackDown last Friday. Sheamus is back.
No pop at all.
White as ever.
No pop at all.
Beating up Chad Gable.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Sheamus beating up my man Chad Gable.
Shorty G.
We had the Usos come back at the end of the show to help out Roman Reigns.
I wonder who drove them to the show.
I don't know.
Because, they can't drive. Ain't neither one of them got a license.
Oh, gosh.
Finally, court dates kicked out. They can make it back to a show. Good job, Usos.
Did one of them have on one of those ankle bracelets? Those ankle monitors?
I think so. House arrest.
Yes. Did he get permission?
Unbelievable.
He had to check in after the show, I guarantee. Then you had John Morrison return, and probably one of the most underwhelming returns ever. He hadn't been on WWE TV in,
years.
7, 8, 9 years. And he comes back in a backstage segment with The Miz when Kathy Kelly was going to The Miz's locker room or office, whatever, to get an interview, and John Morrison sticks his head out and says, The Miz is not taking questions today or something.
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Give me something with my man running to the ring, jumping over
You want to build this guy up with all these articles, and you're going to make him a little errand boy for The Miz? I just didn't get that.
I'm fine with him doing something with The Miz because they have a history, obviously. But give me something. Have him be The Miz's surprise tag team partner in the ring or something other than just kind of sticking his head out the door. And I thought he looked exactly like Adam Page. The same hair. Yeah, when he first opened that door, I thought, is that Adam Page? And then I realized it was John Morrison. I thought, what in the world's going on? So there's your
Adam Cole?
No. Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page.
Oh.
The Cowboy.
I didn't see that. No, I didn't see it.
I see it. No, he's bigger than Adam Cole. No. He's bigger than Adam. I'm talking about Hangman Adam Page.
Drunk
from
Hangman
from AEW. I thought he got the same kind of hairstyle deal. I thought it was for like half a second. I thought, was that Adam Page? No, and then I realized it was John Morrison. So there's your Friday Night SmackDown rundown and your Monday Night Raw rundown. Let's get to some good wrestling, which happens on Wednesday nights every single week. On NXT last night, the show opened up with some women, which we have said for months on this show.
Yes.
This is the best women's roster in professional wrestling, and they proved it last night. You had Rhea Ripley come out doing a speech. You had Toni Storm. I sent you a text message about Toni Storm, which will remain between us, but it had something to do with her physical appearance, I will say. She come out. Io Shirai come out. Bianca Belair come out. Kaylee Ray come out. My girl Candice LeRae come out, and of course that led to a 6-woman tag team match with Rhea Ripley picking up the win for her team with her, Toni Storm, and Candice LeRae.
The good thing about that match, it was probably, a 30-minute match?
It was long.
But it was a good match.
Yeah, it was
you know,
good
it wasn't a lot of rest moves, a lot of stall. I mean, it was action-paced all the way through the entire match.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they set up. They have a takeover special coming in February. It'll be interesting to see what they come up with on who's going to challenge Rhea Ripley, who's going to be her first challenger for the women's NXT Women's Championship.
Right.
I would say Io Shirai, but I kind of want Io to win, so I don't want it to be her.
Over Candice LeRae? That's
Well,
your girl,
there's
man.
Two good girls, but you got to have a bad guy and good guys.
You love you some Candice
I
LeRae,
do
though.
like Candice LeRae. Tony Storm's moving up the list, too. The Dusty Rhodes Classic kicked off last night. The tag team tournament. We had Imperium versus the Forgotten Sons, and nobody knows who they are.
And I forgot the whole match.
The Imperium one's all you need to know.
Yeah, terrible.
The Imperium
That
one.
may be one of the worst ones they've had on there in a while.
Worse what?
Match.
No.
Yes.
They've had some worse ones. The Dusty Rhodes Classic continued with Undisputed Era versus Gallus. Gallus, of course, is from NXT UK. They are the tag team champions there, and Undisputed Era got the win, as well they should. Then you had Johnny Gargano come out and talk to Finn Balor. I got to be honest, I missed this part.
Did you really?
Did you see it?
I didn't.
Golly. Some kind of podcasters we are.
Yeah. I was too busy.
Sorry, Chase.
This is when Hangman Page was getting drunk in the crowd, and I was texting you.
Oh man, I missed the thing. But here's basically what happened. What I've read: Johnny Gargano talking junk about Finn, how he was there, then he left. Now he wants to come back.
Right.
And so Finn come out, did his little point at him like he does, and so obviously they're setting up a match, probably for the takeover special in February. The main event on NXT last night was a four-way match. You had Keith Lee, Dominic Dijakovic, Damian Priest, and your boy.
That's right.
Cameron Grimes.
Yeah.
The winner will be the number one contender for the North American Championship, which is held by Roderick Strong.
Let me tell you what. Keith Lee did a move last night.
Yeah.
That I was so impressed with. I watched this like 4 times.
Uh-huh.
You know, it looks like Cameron Grimes does his power slam on Keith Lee right at the end of the match.
Were they running at each
Yeah,
other?
running.
Yeah.
But that's all Keith Lee.
It's like a crossbody
yeah.
type thing. Yeah.
But that was all Keith Lee selling that.
Yeah, he had to jump and turn.
And spin and all that. But that move was good.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, and I really thought Cameron Grimes was going to win right there.
They were teasing it. Yeah.
I really thought it was there.
They were
and then my man Keith Lee hit a power bomb that I'm still laying in the middle of the ring if I'm Cameron Grimes.
Well, he's a little tougher than you are.
Well, yeah, but my man, he folded him up like a pancake.
He did get spirit bombed, I believe what that's called.
Whatever it is, it's deadly.
It hurts is what it is.
Man.
It hurts. Over on the other channel on TNT, so Keith Lee is your number one contender for Roderick Strong's North American Championship. Over on the other channel on AEW Dynamite Live on TNT, the show opened up with Kenny Omega and Hangman Page versus Private Party. This was set up last week when you had Private Party partying in looked like a hotel bar.
Yep.
Hangman Page come out, started drinking, and they got into it. So that set up this match. And they've been teasing some issues, some problems with Page and Omega for a couple of weeks.
Teased it the whole match.
They teased it for a couple of weeks in the past. It was during this match. They didn't really talk to each other. Jim Ross even noted before the match started they haven't looked at each other.
Right.
Then, of course, they did that move where one of the Private Party boys was flipping backwards, and Kenny Omega pushed him backwards, and he kicked Adam Page.
Yeah.
And so after the match, you saw him apologizing. So Kenny Omega and Hangman Page gets the win. I think, obviously, they're setting something up.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Well, I mean, here's AEW's biggest problem. There's too many factions.
There's a lot of there's a lot of recruiting going on.
Right. You've got to separate some of these guys, like the Elite. You got to separate. SCU's got to get rid of a member. The Inner Circle, they got to get rid of some guys.
Order.
The Dark Order. So
the Nightmare Collective.
Yeah. So I mean, you got to separate some of these guys. But after the match, did you watch my man Hangman Page in the crowd?
That was only picture-in-picture. I saw there was a guy holding 2 beers.
My man, he went aisle to aisle and chugged beers.
Funny.
Fans were just, I'm like, dude, this guy can drink anybody under the table.
How you feel about the picture-in-picture? You like the picture-in-picture?
It's all right, man. I don't like it if it's during a big match, but if it's something like that going on, I'm good.
Yeah, I like it when a match isn't going on.
Right.
I don't know why you would think you would like it with the match so you could see what's happening.
Yeah.
But I like to see the stuff we don't normally get to see.
Exactly.
Right?
I'm
I
with
like
you
to
there.
see that.
Yeah.
Sammy Guevara is out there with his signs that he's flipping through during the advertisement. I like that. So I don't mind it at certain times. Next up, you had an AEW Women's Championship match with Chris Statlander versus Rio. They had a pretty good match. Of course, not Karma. What's her name?
You talking about Kong? Awesome Kong.
Awesome Kong. In WWE, her name was Karma. Awesome Kong come out. Brandy Rhodes was on commentary.
Yeah.
Not bad. Didn't know what to expect, but she didn't do bad on commentary. And through some interference, you had Rio get the win and retain the championship. I got to be honest. I thought they were flipping the title right there. I thought Statlander was going to win.
I thought they were going to flip it there, and then my man Uncle Festa crawled out from under the ring.
Luther.
Man, so like I said, there's too many factions going on.
Next up, you had Christopher Daniels versus Sammy Guevara, and I think you may be right.
Talk to me.
I think they are turning Christopher Daniels' botch into a storyline.
Thank you.
Unbelievable, disrespectful, and wrong.
Thank you.
But it was mentioned a lot before the match. It was mentioned during the match.
Yes.
It was played into with, what's my man's name? Pentagon come down there,
yes.
told him to do it, said, see if you can do the move. So they're not letting this thing die.
And then the Dark Order came out and tried to recruit him.
Yep.
Of course, he turned and then did the move.
Yes, he did.
And so
maybe they'll put that to bed then.
And they may be, but I don't think so.
Maybe it was a 2-week thing and they're done with it.
So
Sammy Guevara gets the win over Christopher Daniels because of Pentagon distraction. Then you had the Rhodes brothers, Cody and Dustin Rhodes versus the Lucha Bros. Pretty good match here, I've got to say. The Rhodes brothers gets the win. Stone Cold Cody Rhodes come out looking like the champ, looking like Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, and Charlotte.
But here's my thing. You know I love me some Cody.
I do.
Love me some Cody.
I know.
But you can't have the Lucha Brothers keep losing all these matches. The Lucha Brothers, to me, are not one of the top tag teams in wrestling right now.
I agree.
And when have they last won a match?
I'm sure it hadn't been that long ago.
Well, I mean, they lost last week. I think they've lost like 3 straight matches. I got a problem with that because Phoenix, phenomenal.
Oh, he's good.
I mean, and these guys, they're just good. And then you got them on a losing streak. I don't care for that at all.
I would like to see Pentagon as a singles wrestler. He was a singles in Lucha Underground. Amazing. I was going to say he was the last Lucha Underground champion, but I think that was Jack Swagger.
Okay.
I think Jake Hager, was his real name, is what he used there.
Yeah, whatever his name.
But I would like to see Pentagon as a singles. Put him up there. Let him feud with Kenny.
Yeah.
Hangman, whatever. But no, listen, the tag team is amazing. After Cody left, you had MJF come out.
Love it.
Wardlow.
Love it.
They were in Memphis. They were promoting on AEW Dark, doing a Memphis reunion type deal. So you had the Boogie Woogie Man there in the front row.
We've met him.
The Rock, yes, we did a couple times. Had the Rock and Roll Express there in the front row.
Leaving Lanny Poffo.
And you had MJF was walking by just killing these old boys.
Flipping them off.
Letting them have it. That was one of the picture-in-picture deals that we were able to see, which was good. Then MJF got in the ring and told Cody that come out here, let's start these lashings, let's start this strap, these 10 lashes you're going to get, so that he will wrestle him at the upcoming pay-per-view. And then my main man, it's DDP.
Bang!
He come out, DDP, Diamond Dallas Page come out. He was talking about yoga, Instagram, Twitter, and you saw MJF standing in the corner on his phone. I tweeted at that very second. I said, please tell me MJF is sending a tweet right now.
And he was.
2.5 seconds later, MJF tweeted, when's this old fart going to shut up?
Incredible.
I loved it. So you had Diamond Dallas Page come out. He was getting into it with MJF and Wardlow. You had MJF started talking about DDP's daughter, his diamond daughter, if you will. Of course, that led to a little showdown. The Blade and the Butcher and the Bunny, which we found out last night one of our buddies is a fan of the Bunny.
Hey, who can't be?
I understand.
Hey.
They come out, had a diamond cutters all over the place. Really much to do about nothing. With much going on. So we'll see if that leads to a match with DDP. Maybe he takes Cody's place in the cage match against Wardlow.
Oh, good call.
Maybe DDP says, "Hey, I'll do this one for you, Cody," and he takes it. I thought maybe he was coming out to take the lashes.
I thought he was going to do something.
Yeah,
but I mean, DDP, although his yoga has transformed his life, I don't know how many bumps he's got left.
We were texting last night during the show, and both of us and our buddy Brian said DDP looks rough. Like, he physically looks good,
looks slow,
but he just can't move. He couldn't move much. It's like all of his. Which I don't know how much they rehearse this stuff before the show, but man, just those setups for the diamond cutters were slow.
Yeah.
It was something. Then you had the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy against Jurassic Express, which I loved. Normally I don't like this type of wrestling, but I loved it last night. And you had Jurassic Express getting the win, and our boy Jungle Jack Perry getting his first win in his AEW career. Congratulations. In the main event spot of AEW was will Jon Moxley accept the offer to join Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle? What'd you think about that? How'd you think it played
I thought
out?
It was good because I really thought, all right, he's going to turn him down real quick, and they're going to beat Moxley down.
Yeah.
And they were like celebrating real. I was like, well, dude, okay, maybe he did join. What's going on? And then when I saw that Guevara and Hager walked out of the ring and they were still in there, I thought, here we go.
Yeah.
He hits Jericho with the bottle, knocks him out, hits Guevara. He picks up the other bottle to hit Hager with.
Yeah.
And the bottle breaks as soon as he grabs it.
He runs out of the ring.
Yeah, he runs out of the ring. So that was great.
Here's what I was hoping was going to happen. I was hoping Moxley was going to join the Inner Circle. Because you got till like the middle or end of February till their pay-per-view, right? Let him have 3 weeks where he's with them.
Right.
And then turn on them sometime between now and the pay-per-view. And then that sets up the match between Moxley and Jericho.
Yeah.
I thought that's what they were going to do.
Okay.
But then I was like you. When I saw them other boys leave the ring and there were still 4 minutes left until 10 o'clock, I thought, he's getting ready to turn.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, he's getting ready to turn. So Moxley joined and then changed his mind, but he kept the keys to the Ford GT.
Absolutely. Who wouldn't?
And got a new car out of the deal.
My man.
That was AEW Dynamite from last night. All right, Patterson.
Prediction time, baby.
You ready?
Man, I've been waiting on this.
We have 10, possibly 11 predictions, maybe 12 or 13. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I got some.
Well, coming up for the year of 2020. Before we get to the predictions, what are you hoping to see in 2020? Like not what you think is going to happen. What do you hope? What do you want to see out of wrestling in 2020?
Man, I just want to see better wrestling.
Okay.
I mean, because like right now we're all hating on it. I want to see better storylines. Like I love WWE, I love NXT, I love NWA, I love I'm not one of those guys that, well, this is good, the rest of y'all are stupid. I want to see it get better off all around.
Yeah, I agree.
Because my thing is this: if AEW flops, which I don't want it to, dude, I've lost a night of wrestling.
That's right.
Right. So I want better wrestling all around the board.
All right, Patterson, let's get to it. You want to go first or me go first?
You go ahead.
I'll go first.
All right, give me one. We'll go one apiece.
Okay. I predict for 2020, Roman Reigns will be in the main event of WrestleMania 36.
That's too. I couldn't do that. That's too easy.
Versus The Fiend.
That's too easy.
I didn't say he'd win the Royal Rumble.
I know.
I said he will be in the main event.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'll even go a step further.
All right.
He will be the first one to defeat The Fiend.
I hope not.
And win the WWE World Championship at WrestleMania in Tampa Bay.
That will be the main event leading up to the real main event at WrestleMania.
There's no such thing as a main event leading up to.
That's your men's main event. But the main event for WrestleMania. Prediction
Is
right
this your
here.
prediction?
Yep.
All right.
Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler. Triple threat match for the women's championship.
So you got back-to-back women triple threat matches main event in WrestleMania.
Yeah, I do.
Ain't happening.
I do.
Ain't
I got Rousey, Becky, and Baszler.
Ain't happening.
It's going to happen.
Ain't happening. I predict in 2020, Chris Jericho will be the first person in AEW to lose the championship, and he will lose it to Jon Moxley in February next month.
Now I had that one down too.
God almighty.
All right, well, my other prediction, the Revival will be in AEW by June of 2020.
I hope so.
That's my prediction. It's going to happen.
I hope so. I predict in 2020, NXT will take their Wednesday night television show on the road. They will get out of Full Sail. Not only will they take it on the road, but you and I will be in attendance.
Oh, if it comes on the road, I'm in.
You and I.
Oh, I'll tell you that right now.
We will be in attendance.
I see it written down. In 2020, NXT will have better viewership than SmackDown.
Well, that's getting closer every week.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised. Number 4, I predict in 2020 that Tessa Blanchard will be wrestling on Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays. And in 2021, she will have a WrestleMania match with Charlotte Flair.
Woo! I like it.
I said it.
I like it.
Tessa Blanchard will be wrestling either on Monday nights, Wednesday nights, or Friday nights. And
I like it.
Next year, 2021, she will have a WrestleMania match with Charlotte Flair.
In 2020, in AEW, you will see a 4 horseman faction when Ric Flair
Here it is.
joins AEW with Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. You will see that in 2020.
Who's going to be number 4?
They're going to be the 3 managers.
Okay.
I'm not sure who. I hope it ain't Barry Windham from what we saw when we saw him a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Barry's in rough shape.
Yeah, Barry looked rough.
Nikita looked good. They need to bring Nikita back in.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. Number 5, I predict
Let's hear it.
that New Japan Pro Wrestling will enter a business relationship with AEW, and you will see Japan Stars on Wednesday night, AEW Dynamite.
Close to what you got. In 2020, you will see an invasion angle from New Japan Wrestling going into AEW, sort of with your business partnership.
I like it.
But it will be an invasion angle, kind of like the NWO back in the day.
I'm for it.
I could see that happening in 2020.
Tony Khan, Ghetto, make it happen.
Yes.
And finally, for my last prediction of 2020, I predict this year either AEW, TNA, ROH, or NWA, maybe multiples, will close the doors by the end of the year. Also, TNA and or ROH will be available on the WWE network.
So you thinking Vince is gonna buy them out? Do you?
I'm thinking either AEW, TNA, ROH, NWA will shut down.
My last prediction.
Take it to the bank.
You can take this to the bank right now. In 2020.
Stone Cold Cody Rhodes.
No.
Okay.
In 2020, I'm saying this. Adam Cole.
Yep.
Will lose the NXT title.
Okay.
But will win his first title in WWE.
Which will be?
He is going to win the United States Championship.
Probably, I can see that.
That is my prediction.
Yeah, I don't see them Vince making him champion.
He's too small.
Yeah,
he'll be a mid-card champion.
I'd love to see it, but I don't think it happened. Sadly, I saw a lot of people predicting about CM Punk wrestling this year. I don't think it'll happen this year.
I care less about CM Punk.
Now I want to see him do something, but I don't know who I want to see him wrestle with. Like, there's not like somebody that to me is like a dream match. We've already seen him and Brock.
Right. See, I think if they do it, they have to do it this way for him to keep like he is right now. You can sign him to a one-match thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think if you sign him to a WWE contract, like let's say for a year, then it tones him down on what he does on the Fox show.
Yeah.
He can't, like, what he say about my man Miz? You know, he'd go suck a, you know, I don't see him saying that or talking about WWE like he has, you know, if he signs a contract with them.
Like, there's not, I mean, I'd like to see CM Punk come back. Obviously, the crowd will go crazy if they do it right at one of the shows in Chicago.
Right.
And then it'll just be crazy. But I don't think there's anybody out there that I'm dying to see CM Punk wrestle.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's not The Miz. It's not Seth Rollins.
No.
I mean, I don't know who it would be.
I don't know either.
I mean, I really don't.
I don't know. I do think we will see John Cena on TV sometime this year.
Hope not.
I think it will have a correlation to do with the low SmackDown ratings and the threat from Fox to move them to FS1. I think you'll see John Cena come back. I also think that he could possibly break Ric Flair's championship record when he comes back.
Now, if that happens.
As a way to get ratings and viewers because SmackDown sucks.
Look, here's the thing. I mean, if WWE was smart, right, you got to put your headliners on SmackDown. I mean, that's where their money's coming from is Fox right now. So you got to bring Seth Rollins and the AOP to SmackDown.
Are they the headliners?
Well, Seth is.
Come on.
Who's a bigger headline on
Brock?
Well, you know, he's not going to show up every week. We're talking about a weekly basis.
I still think I may would rather have Brock once a month than Seth every week.
Well, that's a good call.
I said it.
Yeah, that's good. Seth don't. I mean, but for what? I mean, right now, Raw, and you would think with NXT, they have done a terrible job of building solid main event characters.
Oh, no question.
Yeah, I mean, NXT has
all these boys that come and girls that come through NXT. They were main eventers there, right? From Finn to Shinsuke to Samoa Joe, Aleister Black, Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, Bayley. They were all there. And you take them and look at what they've done on Monday nights and now Friday nights. You have like Seth come through there as well. He was there early, but he come through there. So you got him. Roman come through. You got Roman. You got Charlotte, Becky, Sasha. And that's about it.
Would we dare to say that Moxley...
Kevin Owens.
Yeah, would we dare to say that Moxley is now bigger than Seth or Roman? Even if he's in a smaller market.
Maybe not Roman, but Seth, yeah. Yeah, I'll give you that. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's more over than Seth is, even if Seth is a bad guy. And I think Seth is in the right position as a bad guy.
Right.
And I think Moxley's a bigger draw in AEW than Seth is in...
Nobody buys into what Seth is selling.
No, I ain't got no time for it. All right, everybody. That has been your 2020 predictions. 1 year from now, maybe 1 year from like 2 weeks ago, maybe 50 weeks from now, we will go back and we will check these off because we guarantee, take it to the bank, bet your mortgage on it.
Absolutely.
Bet the car.
Ask Tony Romo how my predictions go.
Bet your kids' lives on it. No, don't do that. Bet the kids' college fund on it. It will happen.
Absolutely.
Every one of these predictions will come true. Maybe.
Yeah, they will. I predicted Tony Romo to get hurt, end his career, all that stuff.
He did it.
So this ain't nothing new to us.
I think it was you that also predicted Dallas would end the Patriot dynasty like 3 years ago.
No, it's Jacksonville.
Was it Jacksonville would end the Patriot dynasty? But it looked like maybe Tennessee done it, of all people. So
Jacksonville was close.
Jacksonville was not close.
Man, they almost had them boys beat, man.
Stop it. This is the Main Event Wrestling Podcast. I'm Michael Jernigan. That's J.M. Patterson. We are a part of the Press Play Podcast Network.
Say that real fast.
Press Play Podcast Network.
My man.
That's right. What's the videos that they make to show people when they come out on wrestling? The little videos they make. Mr. Perfect.
Promos?
No. Mr. Perfect made a bunch of
Promos?
What are they called?
Promos?
Vignettes. Not Vegettis.
Vagina. Your mama.
Vignettes. All right, check us out on Twitter at Main Event Pod. Look us up on the internet at PressPlayPodcast.com. You can find us all there. You can find the family of Press Play Podcasts all available at PressPlayPodcast.com. And we are on Twitter at Main Event Pod. We would love to talk wrestling with you. Send us a message. We'll reply. Ask us a question. We'll give you an honest answer of how we felt about what we saw.
Oh, I will.
Because we tell the truth.
Absolutely.
We ain't getting paid by nobody.
No.
We'll tell the truth. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that share button. And help support the show by spreading the word of the show. We'll be back next week. I'm Michael Jernigan.
Jam
Patterson. Press Play Podcast Network.